What's up, guys? True Patriot here, and I'm bringing you with me on this journey through hell to get to the promised land of Dungeon 8, the shard farming promised land. And the first one, Dungeon 7, or D7S1, or Stage 1, or whatever this first dungeon is you're with me. Here we go. This is Dungeon 7. Um, you got to find out where Spirit Mage is, as always. Drop all your heroes right next to, or as close as to Spirit Mage as you can, so you can take her out. However, you can also go on the opposite side, and hopefully one of your random procs can take her out. She's given me problems before, and right there, as you can see, Spirit Mage, that purple hooker took my whole team out. That freaking bitch, dude. So I'm gonna have to change my opening. Right there, all my guys except for Druid. I stopped the raid before Druid. And like people were saying to me before, is like, okay, when I was doing Dungeon 6, oh, you were just editing out your fails. Honestly, I was not. Those were my first time I've ever done them, except for that one which I did on another person's account, and I kind of did the same. I did the same dungeon opened it differently. I don't edit my stuff out. You see all what I'm doing is what you're seeing. I don't do dungeons without you guys, except for when I'm farming a shard dungeon just to get my shards and whatever. But today, this before I went to work, and while I was at work, I just did a bunch of Dungeon 7s, and I recorded them, and I'm showing you guys how. And there was this one right before the skull dungeon on Dungeon 7, because I was doing these in increments. Like this one, I was doing like 1 or 2 or 3, and this one long stretch of video, and then I have a couple other videos of other dungeons that I did in Dungeon 7, and I was just breaking up in segments because that's all I had time for when I was at work. And one of the videos actually got corrupted, but it was only one dungeon. It wasn't the skull dungeon. It was one right before it, and I'll point it out to you guys when we get to that point. But there you go. The first dungeon down. I failed the first attempt, and I went on the other side, and one of my random procs took out that purple bitch, and so I finished it, and it's done. So Dungeon 2, or actually Dungeon 7 S2, or Stage 2, or whatever the heck you want to call it. I know S is like skull, it stands short for skull, but whatever. What Stage 2, Dungeon 7 Stage 2, right here. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Okay, I open up right next to Spirit Mage, and I open up. Something happens, I think. I don't know. Do I finish this? Yeah, I think I beat this one. But there's one where I open up right next to Spirit Mage, and I still, it's an epic fail. What I've realized after like the third or fourth dungeon is that the Minotaur, he's really great. He really, really is. And if you're raiding with him and you're going against somebody that has a lot of ground troops and maybe a bunch of low-level buildings, I mean, he's an awesome addition to the team. And when I get the 6 hero base, he's definitely going to be on there 100% of the time, except for when I do the boss. Maybe when I do the boss, but I don't know. He only stuns right now for like 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds. I don't know. I think he still have his proc at 3 of 9. I definitely need to level that up. But yeah, it's right now is just until I get his proc up and until I get the 6 hero base. I don't know if I'm going to use him as much. Possibly just when I do raids. But for right now, you can see. I think maybe it's this one. I'm not too sure. It's one of these early dungeons in Dungeon 7 that I realized that he was slowing me down, and he was the reason why I wasn't finishing him at a faster pace, or he's the reason why I failed a certain dungeon. And so I just took him off my team, and I just replaced him with Cupid. You'll see that. But this one, it did pretty well on this dungeon. I think that at one point I almost lose a hero, and then Druid comes in and saves him. But this one, yeah, it's easy. I didn't really think it was that much of a challenge. I was actually kind of surprised, and I thought Dungeon 7 was going to give me a lot more issues, and I was like, wow, that really went fast. So this next part, I go in, and here it is. These two right here, this top one and bottom, these two right right after it splits, these two are where I realized what was going on, and that Minotaur was just, I think Minotaur was slowing me down. I always open up with Pumpkin Dude because I want him to start stacking. He only has a 4 of 9, or no, 4 of 5 Berserk, and he has a 5 of 9 proc. So I definitely need to get it to 6 of 9 and up to 7 of 9. I want to get it all up to 9 of 9, but that will be, about 10 years down the road. But right here, you see that Spear Mage is building up, building up, building up. Bam! My whole fucking team. Fucking terrible. Holy shit! Right? That purple bitch. God damn! I fucking hate her. I love her on my team, but as far as dungeon goes, damn. So I went back in there and I was like, screw that dungeon. I'm going to do that one a little bit later. So I go to the one on top. Go to the one on top and check this out. This is funny. I still have Minotaur on my team. Spear Mage is down there. Honestly, not it's further into the center of the base, so I decided to go up top. As far away as I could, so I can so hopefully one of those random procs would take take that Spirit Mage out. And so I waited a little bit because I'm only going against that army camp and a couple towers, so I just used Restoration. Then I put Frenzy down right before the champ came, because I wanted to hold on to the Guardian Angel, but right before I hit that Spirit Mage, just in case that random proc didn't go out. And then I started catching too much aggro, so I dropped the Guardian Angel, and it went out before freaking Spirit Mage got to look at that shit. Went out before that Spirit Mage got close enough for my team to take that Spirit Mage out, and bam, my whole fucking team. I don't edit my shit out, guys. This is what's going on. If I fail, I fail, and you guys get to see it. So, all right. So I took Minotaur off my team, and I put the Cupid back in there because I used to use Cupid a lot, and I haven't used Cupid for raids or anything for a long time. So I chose a different spot to open up, more off onto the left side. And honestly, if you watch other people's YouTube videos, this is where they open up at. This is the spot. So you just drop them all there. You put Frenzy or Guardian Angel, then you wait a little bit, then put Frenzy down, and then you hold on to Restoration until they get to the center, just in case you need it. And right about there, Spear Mage was still there, so I dropped the Restoration down, and all the camps was coming in, so they caught too much aggro, so I wanted to save them. And over halfway through, you're going to beat it. You're over halfway done with clearing out the camp. You don't have that much to worry about. They're just going to clean it up. Mop up duty. Right about there. There you go. Done. So that was pretty fast, about 45 seconds. Not too bad, not too bad. And I got the 9 shards. Not too bad for, the heroes that I have and the type of dungeon it is in the lineup. So that one right there, right before the skull dungeon, that's the one that the file got corrupted. Okay, so this one. Let's see if I can fail this one again. So I failed dropping down there on the bottom. And honestly, I don't want to do that again. So I dropped it up closer to the top. I wanted to catch aggro from as much as I could. I got those two heroes right there and 2 army camps and a bunch of towers. So I dropped right there, trying to catch aggro from both sides. I dropped the GA, dropped the Fervor, and then the Frenzy right after that. So I could drop the Frenzy as late as I could while they're still all together. Then they wiped through half the base real fast. And it was like I was scared for a minute, and then I dropped the Frenzy or the restoration way too early. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but it didn't matter. My guys are still there. They're still good. Cupid's over there, just pounding away at everything, and Druid's over there pounding against that wall, and I thought I was going to lose 2 heroes or 3 heroes right there, but I still passed it. Got the 8 shards, and that was not that bad. I like that, and I got the 100 3 stars or the 3 stars and 100 dungeon reward. So that's great. You know, that really helped me out after I got that. So 128 gems total. So this one is right after that file that got corrupted. So I just went straight on to that skull dungeon. And you know, if you guys want, I'll record that dungeon. But honestly, like, yeah, I would have to take. I'll just do it. I'll do it later. It'll be in one of my later Dungeon 7 videos. This one was pretty simple, but it was funny because all my heroes got split up and went on different directions. So I thought I was going to lose one. Druid came over and saved them. And you'll see. I'll show you that. It's real funny. All right, so dropped everybody. Got the aggro from both camps. And in some towers, the heroes come in. I thought I was in trouble a little bit down there with Pumpkin Duke a little bit, so I dropped out of restoration, and I didn't really have much problem after that. Once I got to this point, I was just worried about, okay, who is Druid going to heal? Because now my Pumpkin Duke was down there going to die, so he healed Pumpkin Duke, and then Druid came up to the top, and I thought I was going to lose Spirit Mage, and nope. Druid healed Spirit Mage up there, so they all got split up, and then they all came back together. And if you look at the base, it's a heart with an arrow through it. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, guys, if you liked the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Dungeon 7 video. Thanks, guys.